We come to multi-disaster YouTube channel subscribe for more uptests and videos. Chinese hackers once dominated hacking competitions worldwide, consistently taking first place. But after 2017, their presence suddenly disappeared. At first, no one understood why they had stopped participating. Then, in 2019, an incident revealed the hidden motives of China's dangerous cyberclan. In March 2017, a group of Chinese hackers traveled to Vancouver, Canada. Their mission was to find vulnerabilities in some of the world's most widely used software and devices, such as Google's Chrome browser, Microsoft Windows, and Apple's iPhones. But they weren't there for illegal purposes. They were participating in a legal hacking competition called PWN2Own. This is one of the world's biggest hacking contests, where hackers expose security flaws in company software in exchange for large cash prizes ranging from $500,000 to $1 million. The biggest reward is given for finding a zero-day vulnerability, meaning a flaw that no one has ever discovered before. Hackers then report these flaws directly to the companies, Google, Microsoft, or Apple, so they can issue updates and fix the loopholes quickly. In return, hackers receive huge rewards. This makes such contests ethical, as hacking in this context strengthens security instead of harming anyone. For years, Chinese hackers led these competitions, whether it was PWN2Own or ORN or other hacking events, consistently outperforming rivals. But after 2017, everything changed. Chinese hackers, who had once been so dominant, suddenly vanished from international hacking competitions. Their absence did not go unnoticed, especially in the United States. Around the same time, Zhou Hongyi, the CEO of Qihoo 360, one of China's top cybersecurity firms, made a public statement criticizing Chinese hackers for showcasing their skills abroad. He argued that the vulnerabilities they discovered were worth billions of dollars, not just a few $100,000, and accused them of wasting their talent for symbolic victories. Shortly afterward, the Chinese government officially banned its cybersecurity researchers and hackers from participating in overseas competitions. Soon, a new domestic competition was launched in China called the Tianfu Cup. This event was created as an alternative to international contests and offered even higher prize money, over $1 million. The first Tianfu Cup was held in November 2018 in Chengdu. One of the most notable exploits was discovered by Qihoo 360's security researcher Kung Jian, who demonstrated a powerful iPhone hack. Using Safari, he found a loophole in the iPhone's core system and created a chain of attacks that allowed remote control of any iPhone, simply by luring the victim into opening a malicious web page. This exploit, named a chaos, was extremely dangerous, as it could silently take over devices on a massive scale. The crucial difference between PWN2Own and Tianfu Cup was how vulnerabilities were handled. In PWN2Own, hackers directly reported issues to companies like Apple or Google. But in Tianfu Cup, discoveries were first handed over to the Chinese government, which decided when and how to disclose them to companies. This raised major concerns because such exploits could also be weaponized for espionage or surveillance before being patched. 2 months later, in January 2019, Apple quietly released an update fixing the flaw Qijian had exposed. But in August 2019, Google researchers published a report revealing that a large-scale iPhone hacking campaign had been underway, exploiting 5 different vulnerabilities. One of them matched the exact same chaos exploit from the Tianfu Cup. Investigations later revealed that the victims were Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang, and the attacker was none other than the Chinese government itself. For years, China has been accused of serious human rights violations against Uyghurs and other minorities, detaining them in camps, forcing sterilizations, torturing detainees, and heavily monitoring their phones for religious or political content. The Chaos exploit was used for mass surveillance against these communities, as well as journalists, activists, and critics of government policies. Google's findings confirmed what American intelligence suspected. China was intentionally keeping hackers at home, using their discoveries to fuel cyber warfare and domestic surveillance, rather than reporting them for global security. Later leaks further exposed China's strategy. In February 2024, data leaked on GitHub from a Chinese IT security company named iSoon revealed internal emails, chat logs, and spyware development details. These leaks showed that the company was creating advanced cyber spying tools for the Chinese government and military, charging tens of thousands of dollars for access to hacked inboxes and accounts. Today, the Tianfu Cup has entered its 8th year and is sponsored by China's largest tech companies, including Qihoo 360, Alibaba, and TopSec. US officials are increasingly alarmed as many of the participants and sponsors are linked to the Chinese military. They believe the competition is being used as a recruitment tool to build a national army of hackers, preparing for cyber war. In recent years, Chinese state-sponsored hackers have been linked to major cyber attacks on US infrastructure, including the Treasury Department, telecom companies like AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, as well as energy and water systems. In 2023, malware targeting a US military base in Guam was also traced back to Chinese hackers. Experts warn that, unlike traditional attacks, these operations often remain hidden inside networks for years, waiting for the right moment to strike. This all points to China preparing for a new kind of warfare: cyber war. In this battlefield, missiles are replaced by code, and a single exploit could bring down entire economies. A cyber weapon could crash stock markets, cause nationwide blackouts, and instill mass fear, all without firing a single bullet.